Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to episode 9 of the RecNet Roundtable. Today, we have the pleasure of Gary Bleil's company. He is our president-elect, and he's agreed to chat with us today about all things RecNet National Conference, being the president-elect, and also stepping into his role next year and what that looks like for him. So, before we get too far into questions, Gary, why don't you say hi to everybody that's listening and tell them a little about yourself if they don't know who you are?
Well, hello, my name is Gary Bleil. I am the current director of recreation at the Omni Amelia Island Resort. I've been part of the RecNet since 2003, my first conference in Sun River, Oregon, and I have been an active member, many years on the board, many years participating in the conference either on Ways and Means or also speaker, panelist, just advocate of the organization, and I truly believe we're going in the right direction. President-elect is my role this year, and I've had the pleasure of building the program with Annie, with guidance. We have had some great opportunities to get some new speakers, ideas on how to make it more dynamic, and I think we're in a great spot in just about 30 days.
You're right. We are just about 30 days. It's really exciting. We just put a countdown on the website, actually, on the homepage of the conference. Updated that page last night, and it was like 33 or so days or something like that. So it's coming quick.
We're
All right. So,
looking forward to it.
me too. So this year's conference theme is turning tides. So for me, that means us all kind of like working together as we navigate all these changes in our lives, right? So whether that meant for me, like at home or at work, and obviously in the industry, and then in our association, there's always evolving change that we've been going through, especially in the past 5 years. So it made sense with the rebrand last year that turning tides would be kind of a nice little theme that we have. But when you're planning this conference, what does this mean for you as you've been planning the sessions and shaping the vision of the conference?
Yeah, that's a great theme. Let's just start with that. It was a board decision on how to take RCRA to RecNet. What does that mean? How do we bring that to this conference? And I think the way that we had to think about it is we get to do a little bit different, but with the same foundation. So yes, we do have sessions. Yes, we have keynotes. Yes, we have meals, board meetings. But I think we got to think about, all right, what did we enjoy and what did we like to mimic or enhance? And I think that's what we did with some of our keynotes this year. Instead of just one amazing dynamic, we have three amazing dynamic speakers that will be on each of the days. And they're going to be consecutive, nearly the same time. So you're building that continuity. So you know what to be, when to be there. Don't miss this keynote each of those days. I think we have built a foundation of we know that we need to get our students sessions. We know that the professionals are looking for education and fun in our game session, but also what can they tangibly take back to their properties and go, all right, I can put that into place. And some things that aren't so much fun, risk management and crisis management. We're in a time where we have to think more than just our jobs and about our property and also our people. And I think that's something we might have made it taken for granted, but we also need to continue to think about that in the future.
That's really great, and you seem really excited about it. So, and I mean, I've obviously have a much closer view of the planning process with you, and I know that you are very excited. But are there any sessions or speakers that you're most excited about?
Well, I would say Zach from the Savannah Bananas is definitely, I think, the one that we were all like, oh, if we can get Savannah Bananas, that's not taking away from Tyler or Ben at all. We are excited
Right.
to have them. They're great, dynamic recreation professionals. They're going to come with ideas, a foundation of what they did and what they're going to do in the future. I think Zach just has the background, but also Tyler was
Mhm.
part of that in the past as well.
Yeah.
And Ben and Zach are also friends. So they all have that community of we're all going the same way, turning the tide fit our conference theme. And those keynote speakers are going to be some highlights.
I agree. Yeah. And the fact that Ben was our keynote before, and I feel like the our community of members had a connection with him, and he really made an impact with the amount of programming and just like how he pushes it to the next level, I think was really inspiring and fun for everyone to see, even if you aren't able to mimic that level of intensity and wildness. I still think it's inspiring and fun to be around people like that. So I'm
Yeah,
glad that
it's
we get to see him again.
crossing a lot of barriers that some of us can't do, but
Yes,
it's great to see
yes.
it can be done safely and people are enjoying it at his property.
Yeah, they're thriving like so well. Um, any other sneak peek on what our attendees can expect with this year's programming? Anything else that you're able to share at this
Yeah,
point?
definitely. We're gonna have be able to see the sneak peek of Kiowa the first day. You know, that's a great way to see what another property has to offer. No matter what your property is or what they maintain, you get to see something different in a different way. So we'll have some free time on that Saturday. We'll be able to play one of Kiowa's games on the last day, so don't miss out on the last session. It is a scout, not a scavenger hunt. It is an escape box, so we're going to
Hmm.
be able to participate in that. We have games. We have, I got to throw the Southern Rock out, right? We got a theme night. It's going to be a lot of fun outside based on the weather. It's going to be sponsored by Hula. And then we also have our Glow Golf event out there at Night Heron Park. You know, we have some really good foundation of education, but also using our vendors and their resources to make this a great experience for our members.
Very good. Um, so as president-elect, the planning of the conference, for those that are not familiar with what the roles of the board are, but the president-elect's role, big role for the whole year, is essentially planning the content of the conference. So for you, has been your approach to putting together the schedule?
Yeah, I think it was reaching out to people in that local area, the Charleston, South Carolina, North Carolina, recreation professionals that we may not have in our organization that we could rely on and expand our knowledge of who they are and what they do. So I think that was my starting point, not what the
Hmm.
topics were, but how can we get the right people to speak? And then we narrowed it down. Annie and I spoke on many of Zoom calls in
Just a couple.
January, February, March. So this planning process really is 11 months. The first thing is just to find the people and then finding what topics that our members asked for last year and connecting those dots. And then we went to, okay, who's coming to the conference and what's their expertise that we may not heard of in a long time or a different point of view, how
Hmm.
to start a business. We have three individuals that are going to come from three different areas. We have Jordan from Fiberbelt. We have Aiden from a student to, he's actually still a student running his
Right.
own company, downhill skateboarding. And then we have Deborah Renone, the founder of Resort Sports, all going to be in the same room and three different generations and three different services. And I think that's going to be another great session that we don't want to miss. That will It all came together, right? We didn't say we're going to pick these
Hmm.
three people. It naturally came together in another great session.
That is the beauty of our association, I feel too, is like the dynamic membership that we have and the wide variety of people, because the recreation industry is that, right? And so our whole evolution with the rebrand last year was to spotlight all of these amazing things. Like, we're not just resorts. Resorts are huge. I work at a resort, you work at a resort. It's a really big heartbeat of what we do, but there's so much more that can be shared and also is like mutually exclusive for everybody, you know? So it is pretty wild how those things organically evolve into these like really interesting and exciting sessions that we probably didn't realize that we were going to do when we first started planning all this out, but now we are, you know? So,
And another thing, Scott Root has been a tremendous
oh
with the
gosh, yeah.
research and him finding and getting all those educators together and vetting and making sure we have a great panel for that as well.
Yeah, talk about breathing like life back into something, right? The research symposium, with everything since COVID has been really difficult because not everybody's been able to get funding or get support to be able to attend. And he asked to basically uh, kind of take the lead on it this year. And, you know, I'm not going to tell someone no if they're excited or passionate about wanting to help, right? So he's really done a fabulous job, and I'm excited to see him this year
Yeah,
too.
kudos
So.
to him.
So, what do you think makes this conference different from years past?
Oh,
Besides it being Gary's year,
no, it's
because
not my
that's a big
year.
deal. It
It's
is your year.
it's definitely a
Well, and then
board.
next year will be your year too.
Walking this role, I didn't know that the foundation came on the president-elect. Not gonna lie. I think as a board, we've said, what can we do differently? There's not gonna be any lucky logo this year. We're gonna have swag night, so we want you to bring your own hometown university property swag that you're proud of, and it's all going to go into one bag. There'll be no tickets this year. We're going to do something a little
No
digital.
tickets.
No tickets, no L Square, no GBs on every single one, all 250 B Bolivar. None of those are going to happen. So all you have to do is tell my committee how many chances that you want to win, and then it's going to go on the spinning board. You might win one with one ticket, prize, chance, or if you
Hmm.
want to buy 100 chances and you want to donate to the organization and help our scholarship fund, that's an opportunity. We're just trying to think a little bit differently just so we can go, all right, it's been done. We know how it's been done. We want to build on it to make an experience better for our members. All throughout. I think by having some live entertainment at some of the venues is going to be much different. You have to have a great sponsor, great relationships. Working with Maggie at Kiowa, it's going to
Hmm.
be a great opportunity to showcase some of their vendors, but also bring life to some events that have always been really good to even better.
Awesome. And I definitely feel like you have a little personal touch on that because you listen to people. So I think that's part of that stamp. So not everybody realizes this, but we have had a vacancy on the board with the lack of a treasurer. So you not only are planning this conference, but you've also taken on the role as treasurer this year, which is a lot of responsibility. Um, and so that means that you're taking on what you just were talking about, which is that whole ways and means and the fundraising. So how have you been able to balance both roles throughout the year?
I think they really one needs the other. Usually it's
Uh-huh.
another person. How much money can I spend, and how much money are we going to make by our membership, our registration? So as I'm looking at how I want to enhance the event, I have to also know the foundation of what the budget was that was created by the past board and voted on this board to make sure that we're in the right direction. It's easy to spend money. It's really easy to go, hey, I want to do this, but also I have to go, okay, if I don't spend this, how's it going to affect us in the future? As a
Right,
board, we're not trying to make tens of thousands. It's a nonprofit organization. We don't get paid for the passion and time that we put in. Any of the boards in the history of RecNet, but we need to be able financially sound for the future. So
right.
yes, we do the donations of properties. We love that. There'll be a message going out for me personally this week about donations. If it's a swag that you're willing to do for the swag bags, or if you want to bring a gift card, that's just gonna be a wow factor for somebody to win throughout that we can incorporate your property being donated for this. If you want to donate a GoPro and that's going to help our organization raise $200 and you got it at a great deal for $50 on whatever special, it's just building a fun camaraderie of making money versus can I have a donation please. It
Right.
just goes right back to the organization. Everyone's tight on money, everybody has a job, a family, time, but this is our way to go, okay, if we do it this year, we can do the conference even better next year with the foundation
Hmm.
without increasing the rates, increasing membership dues. So it really comes to president needs to be a futuristic, but the treasurer has to be the
Right.
realistic.
They have to be grounded. Yeah. And you have both, you are always forward thinking and you're innovative, but there is the reality of going back to QuickBooks and looking at everything and going, well, maybe we can't do that, but we can do this instead. So,
So there is the
um,
treasurer position open. If anybody's interested, contact Brian, myself, Annie. Happy to be that mentor for next year. This is not my first year as treasurer, so it's easy to jump in. So I can also assist that person moving forward.
And the treasurer, I mean, really, what are they doing behind the scenes? Besides, obviously, we were building the budget together as a team, like the president and then the past president and the treasurer are looking ahead as like setting goals, things like that. But like month to month, like how are
Yeah,
they?
I think
So I guess elaborate on the prep part because the budget is pretty time consuming to set up, but then what's in the budget? Like, what are we doing?
yeah, each month we're really looking at what we spent and also where did we not make the money. We estimate that people are going to spend money in January, February because their money is released. Well, if they don't spend it then, what are we going to get that later in the year? It all
Hmm.
comes at the end of the year, financially responsible for the end of the year budget, not month by month. So we may have some really good months like, oh man, everyone's money must have got released in March because they're paying their membership dues, they're joining the calls. It's just part of the experience. Like they want to be active. So end of the year is where it ultimately is. So it's month by month. reconciling the revenue, making sure that we paid all of our bills, and then ultimately, are we going to get where we need to? Do we need to pull back on what we're trying to do on our board
Right.
expenses? Or do we need to say, all right, we're doing really well. We can probably get there and make a little bit more and save, or can we make this conference even better for this year or next? I would
Right.
say in the next 30 days, that's where the last 30 days and the next 30 days are
Right.
the stressful piece. I say stressful because you really want to be on top of it daily or every other day. And when I
Well, yeah, I
say,
mean, we're getting people registering on a
yeah,
daily basis and have for the past couple weeks, and you have to track all of that, right? So you're
yeah, and
going
I
in
think
and it's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, check, 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 check. Okay, great. But you have to remember to do it. So,
that's the key. This is not a full, I need to be accounting
no,
for RecNet. It's 15, 20 minutes. Okay, did I make sure everyone's in QuickBooks? I make sure they're in the register. They got their checks coming from the mail. We're talking 20 minutes, but it's easier if you do it daily. And then
right.
the
Instead of
planning,
waiting.
yeah, and then planning the how are we going to make this event fun, revenue based, and enough for the future at the conference. So that's where my
Right.
mind is shifting from day to day 20 minutes to how do we make it an experience.
Right. That's awesome. Well, you're doing great. So I know you kind of said about GoPros and gift cards and things like that, but for our members that are listening that are going to be coming, how can they get involved with helping out with donations? Like what specifically are you looking for? So like I'm coming from a resort, so are you looking for baseball hats and Mohawk bags or what kind of stuff? Or if I was a student, how could I bring something?
Yeah, the foundation of it is the swag night, and that is our president's social at Night Herons Park. So if it's just one item, please donate that. If it's something that you're proud of from your hometown, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania, and if I was still there, I'd bring an 814 shirt and donate that. Think of it if you're able to. Think of it of a gift bag or a gift basket. People
Sure.
are going to be able to. You're going to win something. You don't know which one around the table you're going to win, which is again a different way of
Oh,
thinking.
that's right. It's
So
not
you
that
don't
I'm
know
putting
what you're going to be
stuff,
winning.
you could be winning anything.
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then if you got what you didn't want, then you can trade. You can
Oh,
go,
I
hey,
like
I was
that.
really shooting for that. So again, it's going to be different. Oh, I wasn't really looking for that hat at dot dot dot. Hey, I really like it. Can I switch you? It's about a quality piece that you're going to be able to win and then do something with. If it's not personally for you, it could be a gift. So think of it a gift bag. At Mohawk, bring us a beautiful bag with a bottle
Hmm.
and a hat and a sweatshirt if you can for each property. Or if you're a university, get together with your team or your friends and go, hey, everybody put in $10. Let's see what we can do and donate from Winona State. That'd be amazing. You can win a Winona State bag. Whoever you're from. And if you don't have a property, you're at HOA, you're at a lifestyle. What can
Or a
you bring
club, yeah.
from your hometown? I love Luigi's Pizza. Let's get a Luigi's Pizza hat and donate that because it means something to me. And then there's a story behind it. So that would be the first one. If there's anything with technology or gift cards, I got a few ideas what we can do with those. There'll also be a buyout. Like you have on eBay. If you really want something, there's going to be a number that you say, I'll pay $200 for that bag and that gift. So there's a little bit of chance, and there's also I want it. That's a good donation to the organization. And then if you're at a property that has overnight accommodations, that's really important for our live auction. The last night, well, not the last event, the gala,
The Monday
uh,
evening,
the
yes.
evening gala. But
Yes.
the auctioning will actually start the first day. So whatever properties I know that are coming, those will be on a silent auction at the registration desk. That will
Cool.
get the bidding started, and then we are going to go rapid fire, having a professional that is going to do the auction during the gala so we can enjoy.
Oh, that's
And then
exciting.
and then there'll be a fun DJ going on after that. So you don't want to miss any of that after the awards, the auction, and then the gala fun.
Is this a DJ that we've had before?
I don't know what his outfit will be, but I bet he's going to look pretty sharp.
Awesome. All right. So next year, hopefully we have the treasure roll filled and a few others. You will officially be taking over the presidency role. How are you feeling about that?
It will be a deep breath and a hard sigh on how do I do it better.
You're going to do great. You're going to do so good. You're already doing great. Are you kidding? I'm not even worried at all. I think it's going to be a really smooth transition personally, and you're going to thrive.
I think one of the challenges realistically is getting to know the new board. You,
Hmm.
as Annie, have been on the board for many of years. With whoever is on the board, our depth is really light. It's going to be 1 to 2 years in knowing the organization, educating them on their roles and how to guide them in their roles. And then also say, we've done it. Now, what do you want to do different to make this
Right.
organization part? And I think that's the scared is not the right word. The anxious that
Sure.
we're gonna go through all together.
Because, yeah, we just don't know yet. And we don't know who we see that people are submitting to run, but yeah, we haven't officially, like, it's not officially out there yet and it's
Right.
not happening yet. So I get it. Yeah, you don't know who your team is and you have to get to know them. And that can be a interesting process. Um, okay. I'm skipping around here. So without giving away too much for when you are fully after you're sworn in and you inspire us all, what's one goal or vision that you would like to carry forward into your presidency?
That's deep.
It
I
is.
think being proud of the past, but also making changes for the future. We cannot sustain what we're doing financially, and I'm not asking anybody's more money. I'm asking for more memberships, and I know that's on everybody's mind. There's so many professions that touch recreation. How do we all find that one extra person or a second person that is so passionate like I am and you are, and so many? And it's a financial. I don't want to call it burden. It's a financial investment because it's the registration, it's the membership, it also is travel to get to this. But when you get there, there's not many people that are leaving go, I'm not going back. It is passion overflow, and I think that's how we all have to fill up our cups, and we don't always have that. So I'll be talking about that in my speech that I've mostly written and read a few times, just because it can't be just me or you or the board that are reaching out to these passionate
Right.
people. We have to bring it together. So it's not a
I
new
agree.
message, but how do we do it differently as a new board?
It's an important message, and it's great that you recognize that and that you're going to make that a big part because I agree. You're right. It's not new, but um, it's essential.
It
We
is.
we we are not going to be able to sustain if we can't grow as a organization. So,
And I think
um,
you and I spoke this year, we want to get 125 people. Like that's a little bit
yeah,
of growth. We are close to the 100 right now, 30 days out. I don't think that's unrealistic because we
I
still
don't
got
either.
students and professionals that just haven't thought about that yet. So I think we are really close. And again, if we get 125, then next year would be 135. We're not
Hmm.
looking for leaps and bounds. We're just looking for continual growth.
Exactly. All right. So we kind of broke from formal, I guess. How do I want to word this? I guess we broke from tradition of waiting until the conference happened to announce where we're going for 2026. So, cat's out of the bag. We're going to Galena, Illinois, to Eagle Ridge Resort and Spa in the Midwest, which we haven't been to in a really long time. So, what excites you most about heading there?
Well, I've never been there. I've only heard great
Oh,
things. So my excitement becomes with the general manager, and I'm sure we're going to have great partnership with Steve Geist, past president, current board or not board, current active member. His
hmm.
support for this organization has been the foundation. He was treasurer for many years. Things that he's done to keep us afloat financially and also um, educated about what's going on in the industry has been a
Hmm.
key. He'll be at one of our panels this year just talking about change in the industry, and I think he's going to be amazing. So going there, it is a different location, and that's okay. We are different. We are turning the tides. We're going to a place that has great recreation that we may not think of at a beach or at an ocean or a landlocked lake. So
Hmm.
I'm excited to go and see what it's all about. And we're going to have a great board meeting there to learn, and then we'll be able to spread that passion to everybody else.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Midwest, it's like some of the nicest people in the country there. So I'm excited. It's going to be great. And you're
They have
right, Steve is
lots of
amazing.
offerings.
They
Yes.
do. They really do. As I started peeling away, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so much fun. This
Yeah,
is
if
gonna be
you
so good.
follow them on LinkedIn, they show a lot of great things about their weddings and recreation, golf, and it gets you excited just to see if you've never been. So follow either Steve or the resort, and you can learn a lot before you get there.
That's awesome. So I guess this will be our wind down question, unless you have other stuff you want to chat about, which I am open to. But so, how do you see us as an association um, uh, affecting how conference is going to evolve over the next couple of years as we deal with all these changes in the world that's going on around us? What do you see as besides obviously infusing new board members and their perspectives, how else do you see the conference changing for the better?
Yeah, I think in our position as recreation specialists, recreation managers, directors. We don't have a straight line ever. I think that's one way to think of it. We know that the end of the month is going to be in 30 days, and finance knows exactly what they're going to do. I think we are able to mold, adapt, and evolve each time. What the board has done during COVID over conferences that didn't go because of property challenges. I think we are going to evolve naturally with other members' input. It's not going to be this is how we're going and this is what we're doing. I think one of the things I'm going to do for next year is actually set goals, right? Reach out to 25 people if you're part of the reach out committee. How many universities did you reach this year? How many setups for the members each month? Is it once a month? Is it every other month? Let's say 8 for the whole year. Okay. We know there's Easter and Thanksgiving. We're not going to probably do those on those weeks. So setting those goals to get places, and you know what? We're not going to achieve all of them. We're going to strive for them, but we know where we're going instead of going, well, I'm not quite sure how to get there. I think setting the goals and expectations, and I think it's a both way. I don't know if I can get all 8. Well, let's go to 7 and go to 8 and beat that number. I think that's a piece that I, as a leader, need to know my expectations, so I can get that team member to where they want to go.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think we're even the board members that we have now that have been helping us throughout the year, they're really motivated and they're really passionate about that overall message too, with their independent projects that they're working on. And I really do think it's going to be achievable. And I think you have a lot of really great people around you and in this association. So I think everything that you're talking about is going to be achievable. Because if you're listening to this, you're already one step further along and you care enough to take the time. So, I think next year is going to be a fabulous year for our association. And I can't wait to see it all unfold. So,
I want to just say how strong the board has been this year. We don't see each other very often as a board. If you didn't know this, we see maybe an hour to 2 hours a month on a call, just like Annie and I are doing now. But communication is text message, emails. How's this going? At no point did I feel micromanaged, but I also knew that Annie and the other board members I could call with support at any point. So I think that's really important. Getting into a new position is knowing who they are and building together instead of everybody's going the separate direction, coming on a
right.
call for an hour. Everyone's doing what they need to. Our social media and communication has been strong. I'm not the strongest at Canva, but things look so
It's
professional
okay.
and great. So behind the scenes, all those LinkedIn, Facebook, emails, shout out to the board for being strong.
Yeah, I agree. They're pretty amazing. All right, Gare, any final words that you wanna
Yeah,
leave us
I
with?
just want to let you know that I'm here if you want to reach out to me in any way for all of those that will listen to this. You can call my cell phone, you can email the RCRA account. You can find me. I'm here to support you as a member now and for the future. I look forward to a great conference. It's been a long time planning. I'm just looking at the names in front of me and I'm very excited. We got Jesse from Chatham, Joey from Mohawk, we have Tracy from Amelia Island. This is just a snippet. I'm not going to say everybody on here, but I'm excited to hear these people. And the best part is I can't go to all the sessions. So I got to pick my
Aw.
favorite and what focuses on my future because I'm part of this organization, not just leading it.
Very good. Well, thank you, Gary, for your time today. And thank you, everyone that is listening. We appreciate you. Please subscribe on our website so you can be notified whenever we post the next episode. And stay tuned. We will most likely take a break with a podcast episode for the month of November, as we are going to be all about conference, but we'll be back on track in December. All right. We hope you have a great day and thanks again.
Thank you, Annie.